Let me know.
Arsenal 3, Watford 2. Arsenal go into 4th spot in the Premier League. The pressure is mounting on Manchester United. Arsenal were looking absolutely sensational. Sensational football, fluid movement. Their 3 goals today were out of this world. The confidence at the Emirates is growing. More and more faith is being placed in Mikel Arteta. They look a dead cert for the top 4. And with Man United almost certainly about to drop points to Manchester City, what an afternoon this could be for the red half of North London. Make sure you've smashed that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the Football Terrace. Let's go. If you're on the lookout for a new pair of jeans, fancy a new shirt, just want to update your wardrobe, today you are in luck. The Football Terrace is again partnering with Boohoo Man, where we can give you an extra 10% off their entire clothing range on their website right now. All you need is promo code TFT10 and or the link in our description below. So when you're finished here, go check it out. Go get yourself some brand new clobber. A little bit of a discount from the Terrace. Big thank you to Boohoo Man. Now let's smash this like button. Let's start the stream. Let's go. Thank you to our partners today at Boohoo Man. Up to 40% off. As I said at the start, an absolutely sensational performance from Arsenal today. You cannot take it away from them. Yes, they conceded 2 goals. One of them to Hernandez was an absolute perler, a worldie. It happens every now and then. The goal right at the end, that you can call it a little bit of complacency, a little bit of a mistake, but Arsenal were in absolute control in that game. The fluidity in the movement, the link-up play, all controlled and orchestrated by Odegaard, who a lot of people owe an apology to. A lot of people didn't think he would be a good enough signing. I, for one, was one of them, and a few weeks ago said that just got it absolutely wrong. He is Premier League class. He just galvanized that attack. You then got Saka, who, again, on the Terrace, we've been raving about him for a very, very long time. That's why we decorated the wall here with his face on it. A sensation. And he's now adding the most important element to his game, outputs. When you're an attacker, I understand eye test matters. I understand that there is sometimes more to the game than just the assist or the goal. And Odegaard is part of that. You knit things together. But you do need players, especially your goal scorers, to score goals. And that sounds like a really weird thing to say, but you need it. And Saka is an absolute sensation. He's a sensation. You can't take it away from him. He's absolutely undeniable. The most prolific 21-year-old or younger in the Premier League this year. I think it's 13 goal contributions in its entirety, more than Foden, more than anybody else. He's an absolute star, and he's only just starting to cook. And Arsenal's confidence only really come together in the last sort of 4 to 5 months. As that grows, when this summer comes, if the Kroenkes spend that money, this team very much could be ready for Champions League football. When Man United lose this afternoon, the percentage of them making it into the top 4 is going to jump into the 70s, maybe even the low 80s. They look a dead cert for it. We want to get your calls on today's game. I want to hear from you. I want your comments. I've got my laptop on here, so I will look down every now and then to look up. Make sure you're smashing that like button for us. I'm going to go to, we've got Jess coming on who's going to call in a minute. But first, I've got to go to my guy, Gal. What are you saying, Gal?
I'm doing good. How's everyone doing today? Honestly, Arsenal winning, 3 points in the bag. Another game that's now, 13 games left to go. I'm very gassed right now, Terry. I'm happy. I can't say nothing more than my star boy, Bukayo Saka, doing his thing, delivering. We got the Norwegian coming through. Thank you, Real Madrid, by the way. I really do appreciate it. He's been an absolute sensation. And I'll put my hands up. I definitely did think Madison would have been the better signing, but Odegaard has been oh my God, I can't even speak right now. His ceiling is so high. I just can't wait to see what he does over the rest of the season and how he continues to progress at Arsenal. And Gabriel Martinelli finishing off that goal. He already has now more goals this season than he's had his whole Arsenal career in the Premier League. So the team is just looking great. Everyone's playing unified. Great midfield performances from the team. Just a little bit of poor defending, as you said, at the end with that final goal. And the first goal that happened, these things happen. When you score such a beautiful goal, as you said, those things just happen. And it's a good day for us. Let's just see what happens now with the Manchester derby.
Yeah, listen, the great thing about it is you guys can sit back. You can just enjoy the derby now with no Man United win. It still isn't the end of the world. You've got the games in hand. You've got the easier fixtures, really. You've got the form. Everything's on your side. But when Man United lose, and I'm not saying that to tempt fate, I legitimately believe Man United are going to lose this game. And I think I'm not normally someone that bets on the sure thing, but this is one where I'm like, I ain't prepared to, even tempt fate about talking about a Man United win. You can sit back and you can enjoy it. On some of your young players, though, the progression of Saka and Martinelli, especially this year, what do you put that down to?
I think Bukayo Saka, he's finishing, and him getting the end product now is the reason why a lot of people are opening up their eyes and saying he's doing so well. You've been banging on about end product the whole day as I've been speaking to you, so that's why I'm stealing your word right now. But when it comes to the actual thing that's changed with Bukayo Saka, I think it's his confidence, the level of areas that he picks up the ball, and how he's just knows, I'm gonna skin this player, I'm gonna take it on, I'm gonna beat them, and I'm gonna get to where I want to get to on the pitch, and he knows that. So he can trust certain players to get the ball to him, where before he would be making certain runs and we wouldn't be able to find him. For example, the first goal, it was a beautiful piece of play by everybody, but he wouldn't usually get the ball so quickly. Now everything's happening so fluidly, so quickly, and it's just almost instinctive. You're getting those chances, you're getting that goal, you're getting the assist, and this is what he's doing. I personally think right now, Bukayo Saka, I don't think this is an overstatement. He's playing better than Phil Foden at this moment in time for me, and I think at this moment in time, right now, he's the best English youngster in the league.
Do you think he has like a bigger ceiling than Phil Foden? Do you think he can continue to grow and progress and push beyond Phil Foden?
Honestly, when it comes to the levels that he could reach, I think sky's the limit. But the reason for me, it's because of his hard work and the fact that he's continuously trying to improve as a player. We don't know what he's going to be in a few years' time when it comes to his ability-wise. He could pick up different traits and learn more things, because I view him as a learner and someone who educates himself on the game more than just somebody who has raw talent. So that's one of the most important things for me. If you continue to work hard work beats talent. And I think he has the talent and he has a hard work. So the sky's the limit.
I don't necessarily think, again, it's all about preference. When it comes to Foden or Saka or Smith Rowe, everyone's got a preference of the type of player they like. I've always liked Saka because I like how direct he can be when he's attacking. He's got good skill. He can go left, he can go right, but he's very direct. And I just enjoy that. That's more exciting to me than someone that... Foden's amazing. And listen, as an England fan, I'm going to get the benefit off of both of them. So there's an element, I don't want them to be great for Arsenal and City, but that could mean they could be brilliant for my country, which I also want to win football matches. I prefer Saka. I've always thought Saka is going to be a star. And the only reason that he's not going to continue to progress at Arsenal is if Arsenal do a stupid thing and allow a team like Liverpool to take him away. And Liverpool will come knocking, and big clubs will come knocking.
I'm sorry. Liverpool do not have the facilities to get Bukayo Saka or any of our players off us right now. Let's be real.
You don't think so?
Financially, they do not have the facilities for that. Second of all, when it comes to these guys, unless you lose Mo Salah and Bukayo Saka is coming in to replace Mo Salah, and you have a financial outlay for Mo Salah or something like that, no way you guys are getting Bukayo Saka. No way you guys are getting Gabriel Martinelli. No way you guys are getting any of our youngsters, because in my moment in time, these players are priceless, especially for Arsenal. And in the situation we're currently in, we're going to continue to progress with them. I think Bukayo Saka's wheeling for another contract, maybe another 4-year contract. So in 2 years down the line again, he can come to the negotiation table. That's what I think is going to happen. And I think that's the most realistic thing for him and his agent.
Look, if they sell Saka, say Saka goes in a year or two, or Mane, and they get big money, I think they have the facilities, as you put it. I love that. This is more about Arsenal's board, and these are these acid tests that I've been talking about. When someone comes in, this is where Arsenal have got to buck the trend. It isn't just clearing out deadwood, playing better football, creating harmony in the club. That's massively important, and every single Arsenal fan celebrating that is bang on. If you're not celebrating it, and I called Lee Gunner out on Straight Facts the other day, it's a madness to me. It's a step change. There are all these other tests to come, though, because if the Sakas, the Smith Rowes, the Martinellis, the Odegaards, the Gabriels, the Ben Whites are as good as Arsenal fans, become as good as Arsenal fans think they will, of course big clubs come knocking. And how do we know this? Because all the top players, all the top clubs get scouted and get approached by all the other big clubs. This is natural and normal. It's about your board doing something they have not done for nearly 20 years, pay the going rate, and stop these players from what you can't see have happened again at Arsenal is the Vieiras and the Henrys and the Perez's leaving to go to other teams. And this is where I think you'll see a step change in Arsenal. If they turn around and go, Saka, I know Liverpool want you, I know Barcelona want you, but there's 250, 300,000 pounds a week. We're keeping you. over the course of time, not next week, but that's what you're going to need to do eventually to keep these players because they are that good.
Let me just say this, Terry. Arsenal Football Club, we do not negotiate and finish deals mid-season. We do this all in the off-season. So Arsenal fans, don't panic, don't worry. The players are focusing on getting us top 4 right now. And once the summer comes, I think that's when the contracts discussion will be heating up. And at this moment in time, we don't want to distract the players from their goals. So all this stuff is beautiful, but Bukayo Saka performing great. He's focused on his goals. Emil Smith-Rowe, all these guys, they're just focused on their goals. They're not worried about all these other talks. Everything else is just murmurs at this moment.
Yeah, I get that.
The agents will deal with that.
And I totally get that. I get that. I agree with it. I understand it completely. I'm just saying in the future, that's things you got to look at. For the meantime, Saka, Smith-Rowe, Martinelli, they're going nowhere for the next couple of years, in my opinion. They're going to be these Arsenal players, and they are sensational, and they're part of this driving force that's taking you forward.
Before we go on, I just want to say one thing. Lacazette gets a lot of hate because he misses chances, and he missed a guilty chance today. But he is absolutely integral to how we currently are playing, and we need to find somebody in a similar mold, in that false 9 Firmino type role or something like that. Because if you don't know, in the last 9 games, he has had 7 assists and he's had 19 chances created. That is probably up there with the best in the league.
Well, what you need, I use Harry Kane as a standout here. Harry Kane does everything Lacazette's doing in this game, but he's also got the finishing touch as well. You need a player that can hold the ball up. You need a player that can create those chances with the flicks and the knockdowns and everything that he's doing. You need someone that can knit the play together, but when he gets those chances, also scores. It's not a dig at Lacazette. It's about a step change again and moving on to that next level and finding a player, that can do that.
Felix?
It could be, look, it could be type. It could be João Felix. Listen, I'm not saying you're going to be able to do this. Wouldn't it be great if it was Harry Kane? I know you guys say you hate him, but if he suddenly you lot hated Sol Campbell once upon a time, I'm old enough to remember, and then you loved him. Look, we're going to go to our first caller of the day. Make sure like buttons are being smashed. Of course, a big shout out to Boohoo Man. 40% off their entire clothing range. And I know you're all going to like this. Go on their website now. Click on our link in the description. The Top Boy range is out now, just ahead of the brand new season of Top Boy coming out. Of course, filmed and made around my area, East London, proper part of the world. I'm just saying, right? The Top Boy range is out. Go and check it out right about now. Jess on the show with us now to come and have her say. Welcome back to the show. What are you saying, Jay?
Excuse the hair. It's out of control.
It looks sensational, just like your team today. So give me your thoughts on the performance, the win, of course, sitting in 4th place.
Yeah, I'm happy. The win was, I thought, a good one away from home. I think Watford came out and shocked us a little bit. They were on it in those first couple of minutes. We settled down. We got our goal. And, the first goal that Watford scored, I thought was one of those where you could be like, that was a really nice goal. You could kind of be okay with it, but you could kind of see from the beginning of the game that I felt like our energy was a little bit low. I thought we were a little bit off of it, just a little bit. But then we came into the game a little bit more. We got ahead. We controlled the match, and we were cruising for a long period in that game. And I think there's greater questions really around why the Odegaard Saka side of the pitch is significantly better than the other side. I thought that Watford did a really good job targeting the space behind Tierney, and both of the goals that they scored were off of that side. But that's just me nitpicking. In the grand scheme, it's kind of like every game is different. It's going to present a different challenge, and you're not just going to beat every team 3-0. Other teams get to be good at times as well. And so I think it's a good win for us away from home. I do have some concerns about how we tie up games when we are cruising. This is the second time in probably 3 or 4 games where I thought we could have managed the game better. I thought the second goal that they scored was horrible defending and very unnecessary. Yeah. We shouldn't have to be once you go 3-1 up, we should just be handling possession and dominating the game and not giving away silly chances. But I don't know. I think the young players did such a good job in terms of being more clinical today. Martinelli didn't have the best game, but he finished his chance. Saka was the best player on the pitch. Like he was so good.
by a country mile as well. And
Yeah.
I've seen Starboy trending everywhere. Like the levels that he's gone to right now, it isn't a surprise that all the big clubs want him.
Yeah, exactly. He's just like showing his quality, and we knew once the goals came in that people would see it more. It's harder to see when they're not really putting the chances away, but now that he is, he's just such a good player. And Odegaard pulling the strings again. I thought Thomas Partey had a solid game. I thought before the second goal for Watford went in, I thought Ben White was really good as well. Still think he was overall good, but I am a little bit like, why were you so bad on that goal? But sitting in fourth, putting the pressure, on everybody else, that's the main thing. We're going to go through difficult matches where we're not always going to be able to dominate everything, but we need to get the results. And so ultimately, I'm happy. Now we get to watch the Manchester Derby and see what happens. Yeah, I couldn't be happier.
Now, I bet. And we've got Have Hope coming on in a minute, which is, it's a nice surprise for Have Hope to call in.
Yeah.
It's good. I can't wait. He's smiling backstage. I want to ask you this question, though. You're 5 points behind Chelsea with a game in hand. Are you better off now aiming to catch them rather than worrying about Man United? Almost, if you look that far ahead, is that not a better mental target now than focusing on Man United, if you get where I'm coming from?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying this because I know Chelsea fans want you to say there's no way we can catch them because they're superior to us. But just in terms of psychological, like we should be aiming as high as we possibly can. And if we're only 5 points behind the third place spot, we should be looking for that to be our target. That's not to say that we're going to get there, but if you shoot higher, you'll probably finish where you want to. But if you kind of are just like, let's just make fourth, we may end up in fifth or sixth, so I do think we should push for it. We still have to play Chelsea away from home. We still have some really big games to go. But if we are able to get some points in those games, I don't think catching Chelsea sounds as crazy as it probably does to a Chelsea fan right now.
No, listen, I agree. And I think that you have to. And you kind of, Chelsea won yesterday, you won today. The game as well, like the game at Stamford Bridge is going to be absolutely massive, I think, because I agree. I think you aim for they say in life, don't they? If you aim for the stars, if you fall short, you're still going to be in a really good place. And I think that's what Arsenal, and that isn't to try and take the pressure off us. We're in the mud. It's just talking about it from a complete Arsenal point of view indeed. But look, absolutely sensational today. Jay, pleasure to speak to you as ever. And we'll catch up soon, okay?
Later, Jess.
All right. Talk soon. Bye, guys.
See you later. Take care. Bye. We've got some super chats here. Of course, we're going to be gone by 4:30. We've got a watch along we're going to do. We will be talking more Arsenal on the big match reaction after the Manchester Derby later. So come back to us if you don't get to come on now. Super chat here says, Arteta was out of his technical area and set up Arsenal's third goal, but no mention of the conspiracies from Miguel today.
You don't need to talk about referees every day. I thought Craig Paulson was stupendous today, even though I don't know what a penalty is anymore. But that's a conversation for another day.
There we go. This super chat says, as a Chelsea fan, after watching Lukaku for 12 games, at that point, I would have killed to trade for a player that moves and plays like Lacazette.
They have that in Kai Havertz. They just don't use him properly.
Well, yeah, Kai Havertz is starting to cook because he needs to be used right. Arsenal are signing young players that have bought into Arteta's vision. I have zero worries about big clubs approaching our crop. Is what Trevor Dans has got to say.
Big up, Trevor.
Afternoon, Terry. Chelsea fans will worry that Arsenal will win their game in hand 2 points behind for third, is what Dinesh has got to say here. But Have Hope's going to come on and have his say on this now, I think. We want to talk Arsenal. Are they closing in on Chelsea? What are you saying, brother?
Yo. Can you hear me? Am I good?
You are good, brother.
You see, look, I think Arsenal are looking good because I have to really praise Saka, who I think is truly amazing. Like, he's one of the best young players out there. And I think I've always rated the guy for years. But I think what we have to see, we're not United and Arsenal. I think United, Arsenal, they chase top four. So there's a difference. So there's Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea. That's one group. Then there's Arsenal, United, Wolves, Tottenham. That's another group. So Arsenal are in the top four battle. Chelsea, title race, we're always well behind, but we're in the title group with Liverpool and City. So don't lump Chelsea in with Arsenal and so forth.
Do you agree with Have Hope there?
No, Have Hope. That's a blatant lie. Do you forget last year where you finished? Do you remember where you finished last year?
We have Thomas Tuchel. We don't have the dictator known as Lampard. So think about the future. Always look. Oh no, look, see. Look, I said again, Arsenal, they look good, but
1 second. Last year, last game of the season, you were shaking it. You were absolutely shaking it.
Who did we have for the first half of the season? Who did we have for the first half of the season? Answer me that question. Answer this simple question.
When you say a statement like that, it has to be factually correct, or you're gonna get caught out, bro. You've been caught out. Last year, you were in a top 4 battle, even though you won the Champions League.
Who did we have in the first half of the season? You've not answered my question. Who was our manager for the first half of that season?
No, but it doesn't matter. 1 second. It doesn't matter.
Sorry, can you please tell him to answer my question?
You tried to put Chelsea in a category where they were not fighting for top 4. If I'm not mistaken, Frank Lampard's first season, you guys were fighting for top 4. Last season, you're fighting for top 4. This season, you're not in a title race. You're fighting for top 4. Stop.
We're not fighting for top 4. Relax. We are well behind the title thing. You are fighting for top 4. Don't put us on your level. Your level is you're trying to get top 4.
It is not about this season. It's about your statement where you said Chelsea don't fight for top 4. That is a
no. Yes, Chelsea don't fight for top 4. No, they don't. No.
Okay, I guess I disagree with you wholeheartedly. Okay. I think every single team, until they solidify their spot in the top 4, is fighting for top 4.
No,
and the two teams that are fighting for the title race, you're not in that conversation. So you are in a top 4 race. Let's not be honest. You might be driving that race, and you might be basically the favorites to get top 4 out of all.
So wait, so hold up. So if City lose, remember we have games in hand because we played Liverpool in the Papa John's Cup. So we have games in hand. So if City drop points and we win those games in hand, now we actually cut the gap. It's a huge gap, but we actually do cut that gap. So
yes or no answer. Last year and the year before that, were you not fighting for top 4?
I will only answer your question if you answer my question. Deal?
Okay. You answer my question first, and then you can rebuttal.
So what's your question?
Were you last year and the year before that fighting for top 4, Chelsea Football Club?
Yes.
Okay. So what is your question?
Can I ask you a question now?
Go ahead.
Who was our manager in the first half of that season, last season, that's forced us to fight for top 4?
Okay. My answer is it's Frank Lampard. But does Frank Lampard being your manager change the fact that Chelsea Football Club were fighting in a top 4 race?
Yes, it does, because the manager we have right now is Thomas Tuchel, a guy that led us to a UCL and somebody who is far better. Thomas Tuchel took over halfway through the season after the damage had already been done of Lampard in the first half of that season. But Igal, this is about Arsenal. It's not about Chelsea, about Arsenal. You look good. No. I know, but this is about Arsenal. Let me praise you.
You made this a bigger deal.
Let me praise Arsenal. Can I cook? Let me cook.
No, continue to praise Arsenal. I'll sit back and relax.
No. Arsenal, they look good, very impressive. I just don't trust them to make top 4 because I feel when the pressure mounts, they will cave in. They will cave in when the pressure mounts. And I'm not sure that these young guys have the character as to when it now gets real and we're now coming to must-winning games. Because they're games in the hand. They're losing to Liverpool. That's a loss. Will Arsenal beat Chelsea at Stamford Bridge? Doubtful. Tottenham away. Now, I can't vouch for Tottenham. I don't know which Tottenham shows up. But those games in hand that Arsenal have, they're not guaranteed to win. So people say, okay, you have games in the hand. Are you going to win all those games in hand? I don't think you are going to win all those games in hand. So what are we saying?
1 second. Let me tell you something. You don't have to win every game. You just need to continue your performance levels and keep them at a certain level. My personal opinion, if you've been watching Arsenal since January of last year, we've been one of the best. We've been one of the top 4 teams.
Where did you finish last year?
Based on results.
Where did you finish last year? Where?
Now, let me stop. If you want to count from the beginning.
Is it 8? Ocho.
1 second, bro.
Spanish, ocho.
1 second, bro. Chill. If you want to count this season, besides Liverpool, Man City, and Chelsea, you tell me, out of those games, the rest of the games that we played, we have not been in a level of consistency. We've only dropped points versus Burnley and Everton, if I'm not mistaken. And
has the season ended? Has the season ended? Listen, when 58 games are played, let's see where Arsenal finish.
I can tell you, bro, out of the possible, I think, what is it? for 52 points we could pick up this season. We picked up around 48 or something like that from all the rest of the team.
No, Igal, what you're saying is irrelevant because after 38 games, let's see where Arsenal. Because how can I vouch for a team who have finished 8th in the last 2 seasons? You finished 8th in the last 2 seasons. So how can I put some money on the team who finished 8th the last 2 seasons? Why did I trust you?
Let's not do that. Let's not do that.
No. We have to use examples. You finished 8th the last 2 seasons with the same manager. Why should I have faith that with the same manager who got you 8th last 2 seasons, finishing behind West Ham and Leicester City? Why should I believe that? Oh, all of a sudden this season you'll be good. Why?
Okay, let me respond. Because football is not played on paper, it's played on the pitch. And you can see based on our results and the performances from certain individuals in our team that our team is a better team defensively, better team overall, and we have the harmony and unity that other teams do not have. So when you look at Manchester United and Tottenham and these other teams that you're saying are going to catch us, we have games in hand, which I don't like. Second of all, we have a better unified team than them. And 3, we currently are playing on better form than all of those teams. So what are you talking about? They're going to
okay. In your hearts of hearts, do you really believe you can beat Liverpool? No.
I swear to God, we don't need to beat Liverpool. We don't need to beat. We don't need to beat Chelsea.
You accept that Joseph, very quickly. So you accept that you'll take a loss against Liverpool, a loss against Chelsea, and a loss. So you accept those 3 L's. Cool. Now, you've accepted those 3 L's. So let's move on to those 3 L's.
Wait, you're not gonna put words in my mouth. I'm not accepting L's. I'm just saying you don't mathematically have to win those games in order to get top 4. You just need to play. You just need to pick up the results against the smaller teams, which Manchester United and Tottenham have not been doing.
There we go, gentlemen. It's a great debate. I know the audience enjoyed it. I had to run downstairs. I'm out of breath.
Sorry, buddy, you're getting old, man. Sorry, you're getting old.
Feeling a bit tired now. And I turned one of the lights off me. Stop the shine being so much. Even though I've not got a bald head anymore, unlike you have, Hope.
Relax.
Brother, you need to come see my surgeon. We can sort you right out, bro.
Yes, I need that hair. I need the hair.
They'll go to Turkey. They're good.
No, you listen. My friend just booked to go Turkey. He showed me the total cost of everything. Getting mine done in London was £500 cheaper. Ooh. Man, has got to do 4 nights in a hotel, flights, food. I just went home. No, I mean, trust me. Listen, have hope, legend, mate. We'll speak again soon, brother.
Peace out.
Take care, my friend. Thank you. We're nearing the end of the stream now, people. That's much better about that light shining. Turn it around. It's looking nice in here today. Make sure you come and join us now. Listen, there's nearly 2,000 of you watching. Come and join us on the football terrace for the watch along for the Manchester Derby. In the Ultimate Match Reaction show later, we will again be talking about the top 4 race. We're going to go into some more deeper conversations about Arsenal as well. So make sure you stay with us. Smash the like and share button before you go. A big shout out to our title sponsors, Boohoo Man. You can get 40% off their entire clothing range right about now. I had a super chat that just came through. It said, this team is basically different from the last 2 seasons. Cannot compare this team and the team before.
Thank you.
I think that's true to a large degree. There is still an acid test of getting over the line that needs to happen. But I think if you're watching this Arsenal team play and you don't believe they've improved, if you don't believe they've got the ability to now push on to the next level, I think you're kind of lying to yourself to a degree. I think you're lying to yourself and you're not living in reality. This Arsenal team is better, stronger, younger, and more together than it's been for a very, very long time, in my opinion. Everyone who has tuned in, a massive thank you to each and every single one of you. We'll see you on the watch along in just a few minutes' time and at full time. Take care. Goodbye. God bless.